Welcome back. You are still watching Flourishing Hub here on Church of Uganda Family TV, and today we are speaking about the causes of business failure. Yes, in our communities, you could start a business, you could even think of starting a business, but it fails out. So what could be some of these causes? And yes, here with me today is Mr. Herbert Sabbiti, who is the founder of Young and Flourishing. And yes, he has been taking us through a number of these causes. And now I want us to run back to the issue of having relatives in business. But also, relatives in business could be a good idea, but also inexperienced relatives in business, because this is my uncle's daughter, this is my cousin, this is what. And then you bring them in, of course, as a family man, and then you want to help out. But is your business remaining stable? So, can you tell us the outcome of such having relatives in our business? Okay, specifically inexperienced relatives, because we are relatives, we have to work with them.
Of course, my hands were burnt also when I employed a relative. When I had a cinema hall.
Oh.
Yes, I started a cinema hall.
Awesome.
I had a cinema hall, then I employed the relatives and he took all the money. And you know, a relative, when he steals from you, you can't imprison him.
You really can't do nothing much.
You can't imprison the person. But I don't have any problem employing a relative, but inexperienced relatives or those who have attitude, they come and say, this is my uncle's business, and they demotivate other people, the workers, and they take themselves as bosses, and they don't work. So it comes in with another example, another cause of business failure. Failure to separate yourself from the business.
Okay.
Yeah. If a relative wants to come into the business, let them apply and do an interview like others. And if they are able, they have the skill and they have the passion to do the work, you employ them, but not employing them because they are just relatives, because it is the sister of your wife.
I think we should even be borrowing a leaf from these international organizations, like UN, whatsoever. They cannot employ you if they know that you have a relative in there.
Yes. You declare the conflict of interest. Yeah. By the way, also, in some organization I am part of, there is a policy we put: we can't employ relatives because when they are partners and you start bringing a relative there, even the other partner starts bringing a relative there, and you find there is a conflict within the organization created by those entitled relatives. Yeah, they become so entitled that they actually demotivate the other staff, and they become bossy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, how about, that is also a challenge to both that relative, the inexperienced relative, and the boss himself, but also to the entire organization.
Yeah.
How about me owning the company, and I'm the boss, I am the treasurer, I'm the everything, separating myself from this workspace or company?
Yeah, a business is a separate legal entity. It's supposed to, first of all, it's supposed to pay you salary. And if you get money from it, you're supposed to pay it back.
Okay.
Yes, if it's paying you salary, then if you get money from it that you are not supposed to get it, please pay it back. So separate yourself from the business, otherwise it will die if you don't separate yourself from the business. Because someone starts a shop, and when he or she gets visitors, she gets sodas and gives them, and the soda, maybe you are getting 50 shillings or 100 shillings profit. So when they drink 4 sodas, you have gone into capital and you don't know. You have gone into capital and you don't know. So separate yourself. The cash flows. There are some people who have actually worked for so long, and they are still very poor because the money they are getting, they are putting it back in the business, they are putting it back in the business, they are not paying. Actually, those who benefit are the suppliers, the government, taxman, the employees, and the guy is still suffering. And at the end of the day, you get pressure. You have started a business and there is nothing. So to me, look for a mechanism of how much am I going to be paid, and how much percentage am I going to get out of business to invest in passive income. I think next time if you invite me, we'll talk about investment. When you get money from the business, you invest it in a passive income or investments. For example, government bonds or real estate or something, so that if the business is not flourishing, there is something that has, at least there is something the other side that is bringing in the income. Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. Now let's look at poor partnerships. You know, I think it is also one of the causes that can put you down. You find partnerships with friends, partnerships, but in the end they are not yielding or bringing in capital in the company organization.
Yeah. You have reminded me, there are some businesses I did with some partners, and the business was doing very well, but later one of the partners who was managing day-to-day business operations became unfaithful, and the business had to close.
Wow.
Because the conflict arose, and we separated in a bad way. So there is when you start a business with partners, put policies in place, the procedures. If, for example, if I want to get money, I might borrow from you rather than borrowing from my company, because it is very hard for me to get money from the company, because we have put policies and procedures in place. But not only putting policies and procedures in place, allowing them to work. So, because most people have put policies in place, they have different financial policies, human resource, what, but not allowing them to work. So when you put policy in place, please allow it to work. So partners having partnerships like, let's say you are going to get married, require hearing. Let's say you are going to get married, you go into courtship, because you know that this person is, I'm going to spend the rest of my life with this person. You first understand their values, you first understand what drives them, you first understand what makes them angry, what makes them happy, you first understand what are they bringing on the table. Yes, these days, you young ladies, these days, these young men, they want people who bring something on the table.
That's true.
So if you are there and you cannot just bring yourself without bringing another value. So what kind of partner are you bringing on table to do business with you? Is it because is your friend, you finished campus together, or you started the P1 together, yet their values are completely different? So you need to know the kind of partner you need to work with, and whether that passion I talked about is going to, whether he has that passion for the business, or he's going to develop that business part, or it is just bringing in capital, and you don't have capital, then afterwards he drives you away. So you need to have all those mechanisms in place before you start a partnership business.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now there is also an aspect of overexcitement. It can come in various things. Someone has started a business and I feel it now. I have a business, and they fail to control it, and then, or even it can yield at the beginning, and it gives them money, and that's how they're excited. And then, or even when someone can start a business, but they feel they have something, So they start spreading money. Yes, I have this now. My relative needs this. Get. And this one needs help. Get. Because you feel you've started something. There is overexcitement. How can this put you down?
Oh, of course, excitement has put many people down, as businesses, also as individuals, and that's why I always tell people, even I've never mentioned on this TV, that my uncle, Honorable Shumagine, ever told me that in life you should never get excited, because the too much excitement, you get disappointed in the
right.
same measure. The way you get excited, in the same measure you will be disappointed. So there are some people, when they get money, they even realize that actually I married a wrong partner. Actually my wife is ugly because they have got money. That's very bad. And of course you are cursing yourself. That's then they go to look for other women, and then they spend money with other women here and there at home. The wife is crying, yet they started together, suffering together. And who will bless that job? Who will bless that business? So of course there are target people who come. I call them transitional friends. When you are successful, that's when you become your friends. They came to you, but when you don't have money, or when you go bankrupt, they go the other side, backbiting you, or even front biting you. So to me, excitement is very bad in life. There are people whom we have seen. I made 45 years this year. I have seen people who got business, started business and got money and built a very big mansion in the village, double-storied, and from the business, they have not yet first invested in passive income ventures. They have gone to the village just to show off that I am now doing well, and then after they have gone back to dogs, and it's very bad. By the way, this money it wants to be always be multiplied. For you, if you get the money and you just spend it and it's not multiplied, it will disappear. And the previous COVID-19 taught us that anytime your business can close. So, but the people who had rentals, you kept on sleeping. There are some essential workers. Actually, I was telling my friends, we have some investment clubs, that we need to list down the essential workers. When President Museveni would go to on TV and say the foreign essential workers, they have been allowed, we need to do that business. It is the essential business that we need to do, because other businesses can die, or they are not essential. So when you are doing a business, when you start a business, just think of the day you will not have that business. If there is a day that you will not have that business, so mitigate the risk of how will I go back to zero. So it means that you will put all your efforts to make sure that you are managing your finances very well, you are making sure you are employing the right people, you are serving the clients very well, customer satisfaction, you are doing so well, so that you get money that you are going to invest it in passive income, so that when that business is gone, at least you have some rental where you are getting some rent every month. At least you have some dividends in MTN or Stanbic, where you know at the end of the year they are going to give me some small money that I'm going to get, or in a bond or unit trust. So the business should help you to get passive income.
Wow. Let's talk about some people tend to want to, which is very okay, by the way, to certify employees. But in the long run, you find, like, I think you also gave an example during the first segment, like someone is having a business, but it is only the taxman benefiting, the employees benefiting, but he is said it's totally a mess. He's investing from actually his side businesses into this. What can be done in such an instance to want to impress or satisfy the employees, yet deep down the thing is going down?
Actually, maybe that person was me who was talking.
Okay.
Yeah, when we started, I remember your. For me, I take the employees as the topmost priority. They are actually the first customers of your business. They can make or break your business. So there's time when you finish 12 months, they are working with you very hard, but again in your bank statement there's nothing. So sometimes we borrow. We borrow, but the staff, they don't know. You
That's
borrow
right.
to give them something to take them for Christmas. Yeah, they don't know you. They don't need to know all of that struggles. That's the struggles of entrepreneurs. But my fellow entrepreneurs, your first client is your employee. Make sure that that employee is satisfied. If that employee is not satisfied, then the other customer, if the first customer, the inner customer is not satisfied, so the other customer will not be served very well. But also it is very hard to satisfy that inner customer. The employees, they always have demands. And of course, they are seeing other people progressing, and for you, you are not progressing. So they need to be, to know, to have that, to go with you, the vision of the company. They need to understand it very well. They need to know where you are going. They need to know that you are growing with them, and they need to be sure, make it as a family. They need to be sure that they have that security, and you trust them, and you trust them, and you are taking them as a family. There are people who go through a lot. For example, someone was telling me, the fellow employee, she was behaving in a funny way, and everyone hated her. For her, when she went to talk to her friend, and they sat down and discussed, found that actually that person whom everyone was saying she has attitude, she was nursing her baby sister of 28 years who has cancer, and the cancer is in the final stages. Even she cannot manage to swallow the medicine, or cancer medicine, so she's stressed. So if you don't understand what the employees are going through, for you as a boss, you come and back, and what you might find they have some issues they are managing, and you come in and be with them, and let them be valuable. They are the assets of the organization. So, but also, like I mentioned, you shouldn't be their slave when you start a business. So know what you can offer to them, and they should also understand that this boss can offer this much. However much they keep demanding, and demanding, but you know what you can offer, and they are happy, and you communicate. Communication is very important to both the partners and employees, and know that you are with them. So the employees are very, very important. They are the first customers.
Wonderful.
And to the employees, to me, I tell the employees, the staff, that treat this business, treat this work, your job, as your sole business. If you are an employee, let this the seat you are seated in, that's the customer. For example, if I'm employing in Young and Flourishing, person X, let's say Bob, that Bob should treat the Young and Flourishing as the only customer he has. What does that mean? That if any time you misbehave and this customer goes away, you don't have any food on table, you don't you have any income. So to employees, if you put that in mind, you will be an asset in an organization, and you will work very well, and you will be promoted. You will get the income that you deserve. Most people think that employers are exploitative, but let me tell you, when you create a value in an organization, the employer will see you and will not want to lose you. Maybe if you, I always tell people, if you go out for annual leave, that annual leave, and they don't call you back, it means you can actually be without. you are at their mercy. Yeah.
Okay. So they have to call, like, how do we do this?
How do we do this? You have to be variable.
Okay.
Yeah. If you are just really on leave and
no one is calling
no one is calling you, let him relax, let him rest. You know that your job is threatened.
All right. And now, as we wind up, what are these probable ways forward that we can look up to in order to control these causes of business failure, so to not to regret at a later time?
I think, to me, first of all, know why, the why. Knowing the why is very important. Why am I into this? If you list down your whys, then you will see how to manage and navigate the challenges. There is no business, even in this life, there's no life that without challenges. We have a lot of challenges. So in business, we have a lot of challenges. So don't be, like we mentioned, don't be excited. Invest in passive income ventures, get from business and invest in a certain percentage in passive income ventures. There is something that I always tell people, that don't overpromise a client and deliver. For example, you want to produce a report within 4 days.
Yes.
At least tell him maybe 6 days or 5 days, and produce it in 4 days. There you have underpromised and you have overdelivered. These days, clients, when they get dissatisfied, they run it to social media. And the guys like reposting and forwarding. When someone is ranting on social media, there are other people, they don't even know this company work for them, they are forwarding. 1 million people have seen how fake your company is, how fake your services are. So we have to be very, very careful. But to sum it all, doing a business is very good. To me, actually, I tell people, instead of you rich people who during graduation you promise your son, it's very funny when someone starts, they say, at least you have to get a degree. When you get a degree at graduation, like next week they are going to graduate, Makere, congratulations. When after getting on the door of graduation, they say, actually, this degree is not is not enough. So they pay you money for masters. To me, the money you should pay for masters, let them give that money and let him start a business. That's the real masters that you are giving that person. Instead of sending him for MBA.
They will facilitate their masters.
They will facilitate their masters later. Get that 5 million or what, and let them go. Even if they misuse all that money, that's already the price. They have already paid the fees. I have killed many businesses. I have started and killed many businesses, but now the business I'm in, I know they will not die.
All right. Now,
because
briefly,
of the experience I got. Yeah.
All right. Briefly, it is a new year. What should we expect in 2025 as we wind up?
At Young and Flourishing Hub, we are reaching out to business people with our young people. We are reaching out to universities and secondary schools. So expect a lot from this Flourishing Hub. We shall engage more of the youth, and everything will be well.
All right.
And I wish a happy new year to the viewers, and keep focused, be consistent, because nothing beats consistency, separates mediocres from successful people. Just be consistent. Last year I came here and talked about the goals. I hope you will stick to your goals and focus and keep pushing, keep pushing. Let's hustle and we shall succeed. To the youth, I had forgotten, this year there are many politics that are coming. Don't be used. Don't spend the whole day running to the candidate who will forget you after. Don't be used. Don't just go and you get the bullets and tear gases and what. No, just go to do the business, and on the day of voting, go and vote your favorite candidate. Don't just spend time running around because you need money. No, get something to do, and please keep peace, because it is the peace that matters.
Oh, yes. Oh, well, that is a very strong message, majorly to we, the young people out there. It is a political season, and of course, you are going to be taken advantage of if you are not really strategic enough in this political season. It is 2025, and the elections, major elections, which are national elections, are just going to be in 2021, in 2026. But we are starting the primaries this year, so it is very important that you are not taken advantage of. Please, just like Mr. Herbert has said, make use of yourself. Go do your business as usual, and then later, when it is the day of voting, go and cast in your vote. That will be you being a productive native here in the nation. So please, we appreciate you for joining us here today. It is Young and Flourishing, and we are powered by Young and Flourishing, and then here we are at Bite of Benin. If you want to test West African foods, please, you want to reach out to this place and have a wonderful meal of what those people enjoy. You want to test various dishes, please reach out to Bite of Benin here in Chadondo Road. Please, it is a wonderful place, and for you to have those wonderful meals. They always have a family day on Sundays. It is also very important that you reach out to them. So my name is Luke Majumba. I want to appreciate you. I hope you have seen the causes of business failure. Go and practice those. You'll be a wonderful business person. See you next week on the same show here, Flourishing Hub, Church of Uganda Family TV. We love you.